BNI family today. It's a pleasure to be able to speak to everyone. I have so much to say. First of all, I'd like to start on my journey. I am from India originally and came to the United States due to love for my husband, who I married. Of course, I met my husband in India. He was living here, and I had no idea that I would cross so many oceans to be with him. Never ever thought, because I was so much aligned to being a person, who's into yoga and the Indian way of life, and I couldn't see myself here. But it's been such a pleasure to have, to come here and see how, other people live, and we're so similar to each other and we're so different. So that is the beauty of it. And what I want to say is my journey here has been wonderful, starting from the day I was born, that's me. That's me with my mom, and that's me with my brother. Yes, and that my mom is wearing a sari, and she's very much Indian. And I really, you guys know India is Bollywood, right? Yes. Bollywood is so my brother is an actor. And so we do completely different things. I'm science, and he's the creative one. And that is my family: my husband, my dog, and my son. So my husband now, after 22 years of being married, my husband always says that, I could perhaps leave the house, it's no problem, but we all miss the dog for sure. Her name is Crystal. And he says he loves her more than he loves me, and that's fine after 22 years. She is, we really love her. So I came to the United States and did my second residency in dentistry. So I was a dentist in India. I got my degree in '96 and was practicing after that in India, and moved here and went to University of the Pacific. That's what brought me to California. University of Pacific in San Francisco 12 years ago, and got my second degree in dentistry. The way it works in any profession, I would assume, but especially in the medical dental profession, is that when we leave school, we are obsolete. And I learned that very soon enough, that schools still teach you the conventional methods of sick care and not wellness. It's not about wellness, it's not about health. So it's not health care, but it's sick care. And that's one thing which I kept on searching for, that feeling of like, I don't like what I'm doing. I solve problems when someone's in pain, I just put a band-aid on it. And that's not how it should be. It should be the whole body. It's about why a person is sick, why are we getting into trouble. And that's where I started to seek that, from where that name comes in, dental wellness, because it is using dentistry for the whole body, a holistic approach to dentistry, which is whole body wellness. And that means looking at how, when we are born, what is wrong in the structurally wrong with us, and therefore affects the function, which is how we walk, how we stand, how we in general are able to speak. And all these things are are indicators when we first come into this world. You can tell from a child there's what can go wrong and what can happen, instead of letting everything go wrong and then trying to solve the problem. So the reason for bringing this up is because when as you must have heard from me saying multiple times, that I specialize in sleep apnea. What does that mean? If we just take a step back and think of people and how we, two cardinal needs are survival, and for survival we need to eat food and we need to breathe. And if those two needs are not met adequately, you will see the effects of what happens to people. And that's exactly where I come in. As far as being able to breathe, we take it for granted that We have lungs, we have a nose, and we breathe. But there is so much that goes wrong, and with the reason more of that has happened is, of course, there's a lot of nutrition tied to it, the diet factor to it, where we have been, as we've become more of a civilized, developed society, we eat more processed foods. So bringing up all these different aspects, I'm just going to touch upon the idea of wellness being associated with such basic things that we have to look at. You know, when I think of dental, when she's a massage therapist, he takes care of you know, the body. You know, there's so much that can go wrong, and we only find out when it's already gone wrong, rather than, you know, actually focusing on when it's, you know, when we can prevent it. So that said, you know, I'd like to say that I started to, you know, I opened my office in Scotts Valley in June of 2016, and last year on the 22nd of March, I had my opening with the chamber, and then we had some celebrities who did come for my opening, and the celebrity you see there, Stephen Overston, and not to mention the mayor, Jim Reed, but definitely he stands out, right?
Did you take this picture?
I was the celebrity behind the camera.
That was my guess. You are the most important one there.
Yeah, yes, exactly.
So that is my office. That is my office waiting room, in fact, and this is my staff. That is my hygienist, my assistant, my business manager. This is my son and my husband, and of course we know who he is. So moving on. So it was a wonderful moment for me, because you know, when all that I spoke about right now about myself, you know, it comes from the fact that I'm able to shape my business to what I believe in. And before I started my own office, I used to pretty much do what other people told me to do when I worked for other dentists. And that's where I was, you know, I feel wonderful to have met people like you and be able to share what I do. So just a little bit of, I just want to show you this video, and then we can talk some more. How do I play this video?
Is there, I don't think you read it.
I did.
It's not showing.
Just go find the video now.
Yeah.
Right now, we have over 25 million patients in the United States who have obstructive sleep apnea, and there's just a small percentage of them that are being diagnosed and treated.
Sleep is a basic necessity of life, but even more important is breathing. When you sleep, air travels through your nose and mouth, down the throat, and into your lungs. The narrowest part of the airway is at the junction where the soft palate, the tongue, and the back of the throat all compete for the same space. When you are awake, the muscles are tight, keeping the airway open. But when you sleep, these same muscles relax, causing the airway to narrow. As the air passes through the narrowed opening, the uvula and the surrounding tissues begin to vibrate, causing a condition known as snoring. It will cause the breathing to become slowed or completely stopped. This is known as obstructive sleep apnea. Sleep apnea can cause fragmented sleep, shorter lifespan, reduce quality of life, and even death. A comfortable and effective option for treating obstructive sleep apnea is with a custom-made, removable sleep appliance that a dentist trained in the treatment of sleep apnea can provide. With the sleep appliance in place, the lower jaw is prevented from falling back, keeping the tongue forward and the airway open. Often this will reduce or eliminate snoring and sleep apnea, providing the body with deep, restful sleep.
So this was just to give you, I keep saying the word sleep apnea, and I just thought I would show you what it was. Yeah, right. So the premise.
Listening. No, I'm kidding.
So the premise of, so the whole idea is when you don't breathe well, you're going to have so many issues. I mean, that's the bottom line. Your immune system just doesn't work well, and we get sicker. If you have arthritis, you'll have even more pain with the arthritis. Everything, chronic pain becomes a bigger issue. You don't heal well. You just don't heal well, and that's what the bottom line is. And what happens is, as far as we are, talking about sleep apnea, there is also the jaw structure. Why we call it obstructive sleep apnea is the jaw structure falling back, or you're born with a smaller jaw, or you're born with, when we put our teeth, orthodontics, when we align our teeth and make them perfect, we have, we make the picket fence, what I call is the aligned teeth, the picket fence smaller and make the tongue even more restricted. And if that tongue is more restricted, it falls back. And that's what one of the major problems in the 50s, orthodontics became so popular and everybody wanted to straighten their teeth. But we did it at the cost of the airway, which is, function. So that is actually what has caused most of the problems. So I would like to this was just an overview of what I do, and I'm very passionate about that because it has a lot of bearing on body balance. Just structurally, if you are off on your head, if I hold my head as like so, my hip compensates to hold myself straight, and so the whole body alignment goes out of sync. And that's why Kyle and I were talking about, briefly we spoke about how, when I do TMJ and I do jaw corrections just to get the, breathing better for people, it also causes other compensatory issues in their body, or for the better or for the worse. So, all those things have to be looked at holistically, and that's what it's all about. So another thing, just for 5 more seconds, I just want to say, I am attached with Earth Citizens organization, and I would really recommend you guys, if you could, go on to the website. So they are all about mindful living, natural health, and world sustainability. What I got attracted to, I do yoga, and I'm attached to this organization called Body and Brain Yoga that also ties up with Earth Citizens organization. I was there this Saturday actually in Lake Elizabeth and Fremont with Earth Citizens organization. We were collecting, getting donations from people and just making people aware of what they're doing to the earth. That's what it's about. So in any case, if anyone would like to be a part of this, I'm really passionate about this. It kind of ties into my view about how to look at the body and therefore the earth. If we take care of the earth, we take care of ourselves. So thank you very much for listening to me.